Can you ask Ambassador? All right. If I'm gonna go ahead, my brother.
Okay, my two questions will be very fast, very swift, very to the point. Welcome again, Chief Cyril, and welcome, Ambassador John Ballout. To my colleagues, greetings. Chief Cyril, you threw a jab just now at people who leave from one party to the other party. And you said, and I quote, I'm not like someone who will leave one party to the other party. Having said that, first question, the NPP is a party. The Congress for Democratic Change is a party. The Liberia People's Democratic Party is a party. They came together to form a coalition, and that's when independents like us joined that coalition. Yep. The NPP, under their leadership, we saw the death of Ignor Dokolie beaten to death. We saw the Dokis die. We saw lots of things in the and under the NPP leadership, not MPFL. You remain with the party. Under the coalition again, we've seen the deaths of the auditors, unexplained deaths, ritualistic killing, extrajudicial killings, the proliferation and infestation of drugs. Do you think the people who walk away from the coalition that you criticize again and again and again, my first question to you, do you think they were justified in walking away from the coalition?
Well, can I respond now?
Yes, sir.
Well, to each his own. Everybody, every individual is an architect of their own future. People get weary. People have their own ideas, and they can make decisions and determination for themselves. You can be in the best seat in a political party and choose to move to another. It's your option. It's your choice. But I'm not one of the, I just said to you, I'm not one person that will leave my party and be jumping around the place. I'm no longer so young and no longer so naive. I will stay in there and do my best and try to change things and to get the younger generation of second or third generation of party leaders to act differently and to encourage them to be democratic in their actions and to be peaceful in the attitude. I mean, what do you mean? I should leave my party simply because there are people that are behaving in a manner that's unacceptable? Unfortunately not. I'm not going to do a thing like that. I remain in my party, try to fix it. And another thing we did again is to extend our tentacles. Knowing that the NPP cannot win a democratic election by itself, we embark upon a process of unity, of bringing political institutions together, political parties together, and forming a coalition. And in unity, there is strength. As a result of the coalition, Eugene, we won the democratic elections. You're a witness to that, and everyone is a testimony to that. So I think in unity, there is strength. I feel more so that the 15 or 12 political parties I've read all of their platforms, they're all saying the same thing. They all want roads, light, water, a better life for Liberians. All of them want the same thing. So why not unite under an umbrella and try to forge ahead in the democratic process? It is because of the greedy and selfish desires of their leadership. That is all that's going on. People don't want to submit themselves to a democratic process. They do not want to submit to their elders or their colleagues that have a better chance. You see, you cannot keep a proliferation of political parties makes it very difficult to win an incumbent and almost impossible. And you will see the results from this election that's coming up. It will demonstrate that to you.
Chief Cyril, my second question quickly, because I don't think you answered my question. My question was as to the justification of whether or not, having seen auditors killed, the son of Tubman, John Tubman killed, the son of William Tolbert killed, the infestation and proliferation of drug cartels, drugs. We look at extrajudicial killings and all of those. You are in a coalition, not NPP as a party. Your party has moved into a coalition. Do you think people who didn't think it was necessary to stay there and see these things happen, do you think they were justified? So let me go to my second.
I'm not just, no, please let me correct you.
Yeah,
No, let me
because
correct you, Eugene, please.
because my
Please.
question to you, sir.
Eugene,
I have a right.
Eugene, he's the
No, my
guest. Let him make
question
the
to him,
correction.
I have to
You
state.
invited
My
me here.
question to you.
No, no, no,
Eugene,
no.
Eugene,
Look,
let him make
listen,
the correction, please.
listen,
Let's give
my
him
Yeah,
friend, I
time.
did
people
not
walk
look.
away because of what they saw.
Yeah, but
Look,
Eugene, hold on one
That's
minute.
the
Hold on
please,
one
question.
minute.
please,
Eugene, hold
please
on.
look.
Let's give the guest a chance to speak. You will
I
come back.
want to make
to your
it crystal
question.
clear. I did not come here for an argument. I did not come here to throw rocks at anybody. I don't have time for that. I'm too mature for that kind of thing. The fact that people are dying and killing, the Liberians doing this thing to Liberians. And I know
Right.
government come in with no organized things, state government doing this. There are certain things that I detest. And no one is telling you that I support all these things. I have a different upbringing, Eugene. Well, people will tell you I have a different upbringing in society. My parents brought me up differently. There are certain values that I have that have not changed. I've disagreed with presidents on the basis of certain ideas that they are propagating that is not part of my upbringing. I have a very decent upbringing. There are certain things I don't accept. The fact that auditors die doesn't mean that our government is killing them. What I'm concerned about is the lack of interest on behalf of the security personnel and the justice area for not bringing these things to light, not conducting effective investigations and reporting to the public on the result of these things. I've queried that. I've said it is important that the Minister of Justice, the police, and other people come forth with these reports. It is important. In the absence of that, people can think anything. It's hypothetical. You can say government did it. You can say anybody did it in the absence of a sufficient investigation and a public knowledge to the people. So I don't support a thing like that. I support that Liberians should be diligent in the discharge of their duties. And I think the legal profession, the Liberian Bar Association, should take up this issue and raise it because they are the people that are more concerned with justice. As I said to Stanton, I myself went to law school, but I don't like the practice in Liberia. It's monopoly for Liberians, and yet we don't get justice in this country. They are representing concessionaires and concessions and in East Indian and Lebanese traders and making money. When Liberians are affected and offended, they do not come forward and pressure the government to do these things. I'm against that too. Me and you are on the same frequency, but I won't. I'm not here to accept any type of accusation, direct or indirect.
So,
responsibility for government.
Fagon, your second question, please.
Please
so
go on
thank
with your
you,
next
sir.
question.
Those who walk away from the coalition for democratic change, not MPP, walk away on the basis of those things. My second question, Chief Cyril,
yes,
I gave you the reference in several newspapers, but to be precise, the Daily Observer's newspaper, the article written by Alvin Woolsey, the date August 18, 2022, just last year, where you said, and I quote, President George Weah will win next year's elections, regardless of who is sanctioned in his inner circle. Now, you went on further to say that the actions of the affected officials, for which they have now been sanctioned, referencing McGill, Bill Twawe, and CFOS, were their personal doings and not of the government or any official policy. The sanctions have no bearing on the re-election of President Weah. That's what you said.
Absolutely.
And if I may, yeah, you are quoted in these papers. And actually on tape, you went on further. You said the official sanctions, the officials, meaning the three, could just be a warning to create corridors for improvement in the governance structure of the country. But the sanctions on Weah's officials does not in any way narrow the chances of Weah's second-term presidential bid. So you dismiss the sanction on the officials as not government doing, but their personal doing. And I had no bearing. But you went on to talk about the fact that it just is a warning for improvement in quote-unquote, quote, the corridors of governance. I ask you, Chief Cyril.
Let me dwell on that.
Yeah, hold on.
Are you done?
No, I want to ask you the question. Because I was quoting what you said. Now, this is the question. The U.S. just put up an advance warning. Okay? That warning, we know what happened within the warning. My question to you, you dismiss the sanctions as being that of the officials' personal behavior. Who were the officials working for? And in what function or performance did they carry out these things? And what party did they belong to, for which you said it was the personal bearings.
But Eugene, I think you can answer that question because I'm certain you were an official of the same government when this thing happened. So let's come to it. It is their own action. It is the action of Liberians in positions. People are appointed to positions to represent the interests of the country. When they undermine the interests of the country and carry out their own actions because of their own attitude and maybe probably because of their greed and upbringing, it becomes something that's on them. And I maintain that that does not change the possibility of winning the elections in this process. Yes, officials of government over the years, over many years, look at Madam Saliva administration. They had, she had a government, she had put measures in place to check up on corruption, to check up on many other things. Liberians still misbehave in these jobs. They still carry out their own actions. They are responsible for their own actions.
So what did your CDC do to them?
Please don't interrupt me. I didn't interrupt you when you're asking your question.
But the question, what did your CDC do?
They should stop that.
Go
the
ahead,
government
Chief.
took an action. Listen, the government took an action. The president asked them to resign. They resigned their positions in government. They were replaced in government. They are responsible for their own actions. If, not a speculation, if you just say these people are on sanctions and you did not bring up any actions against them. For example, I always give an example with myself. And many of us in this country, 13, 14 of us were on the UN sanction for 12 years. When they were tired keeping us on sanction, they did not bring any investigation. They did not bring any crimes on us. They just said that you people are removed from the sanction and you may continue your normal life. We have unfroze our assets and we continue living a normal life. So that's what I'm saying. They penalize individuals for actions that they undertake. I'm happy that they said that the new thing that they put up say it is not designed for the Liberian people or for the Liberian government, but it's designed for those people who will go out of the way to behave in a manner that is unacceptable. And that's how things should be. You cannot have everybody or whole country suffering because of the actions of one or two individuals within a government.
Thank you, Chief.
I mean, guilt by association is not an acceptable practice anywhere in the world. So you have to look at that too, Eugene. Your question, I understand what you want to ask, but you are not asking the correct question.
I asked you. You can't say
that. I asked the question
what
for
did
you.
your CDC
That's
okay if I got. That's okay if I got Chief Cyril Allen. We're going to pose the same question to Ambassador John Ballout. Ambassador, what's your take? Minister Fagon, hold on 1 minute, please. Ambassador John Ballout, what's your take to the question Fagon asked? And your answer, the answer you are hearing from Chief Cyril Allen, sir. Let's unmute you real quick. Can you unmute yourself real quick if you can? All right, you good. Go ahead. Go ahead. You good. Can you unmute? You are muted, please.
Okay, I think it's okay now, right?
Yes.
Okay, like I said, I started off by saying I feel very constrained to address Chief Cyril Allen directly. You know, I've listened to you on many occasions when you've had Chief Cyril Allen as your guest, and I see how very diplomatic and tolerant you've been to his responses. Chief Cyril Allen is a friend of mine, he's a big brother. He has shown me utmost respect and admiration. He's reached out to me. We've embraced each other. We talk like big brother, small brother. But that's our personal relationship. Right now, we're in the middle of campaign, and the truth must be told to the Liberian people. We have to unmask people who masquerade as leaders of this country and who are in the main vanguard of perpetuating the problems in this country. From everything that Chief Cyril Allen has said, it's just to say that he doesn't care about this country. He has said it clearly in more than 1 million ways that George Weah has failed miserably. He has said it in more than 1 million ways that the CDC and the leadership are irresponsible, reckless, and negligent and incompetent. He has said that in 1 million ways. But when people ask him, why should we then vote for you? He said, because we have the numbers. What he's saying is, you don't have to give, we take it because we can. Because we can. We have come from a big party. big political base. We're a popular movement party. We're a grassroots based party. We have the numbers. That's all he says as a justification for giving him a chance to continue to remain in power. He doesn't say anything of achievement. He doesn't speak anything about any difference in the marked leadership that this country so desires. So I'm sorry, big brother, but from all indication, from everything that you said, the writing on the wall spells a political, not just a professional political opportunist. And for the sake of this young generation, because you are the older generation, they are the younger generation, my generation is in the middle. We are under obligation to repair the damage that has been caused to the country and the young people. These children are dying with drugs. They are dying. Their families are going without jobs. I'm here, have to come to the southeast. We traveled through Ivory Coast. We brought the next vice president here, Senator Jeremiah Kuhn, who went through the humiliation of presenting our passport, people inspecting or taking our pictures, paying money and going through the streets just to come to our country. And when we reach to the border, we can't cross. We had to leave all the cars because the Kavala River has risen so high. We are here moving around, renting cars with bikes, simply because we can. Something that has never happened in this country. And all Chief Cyril Allen has to say, we have the numbers. And these ministers are acting on their own merits, therefore they bear their own consequences and responsibility. No, I'm sorry, Mr. Chief Cyril Allen. This is government we're talking about. The mistake the Liberian people made was to listen to people like you who brought forth a footballer with no experience, no knowledge, no idea what he has to do. And you said, like another political opportunity, we can make use of the young man and get to power, and we can continue to live on the sweat of the Liberian people at the detriment of the next generation. I'm sorry, you're a good friend of mine, you show me respect. But in behalf of the young people, we have to unmask people like you and put you on your spot, because we are in the middle of a movement to change this country. And we'll not let any kind of camouflage or political manipulation to stand in the way. So for you, the panelists who have been very diplomatic, the diplomat is now being very direct and blunt. Chief Cyril Allen, it's unfair what you're doing to this country. It's unfair what you're doing to the people of this country. You sit here, you fail the country, you cause this country to be a drug cocktail, you be a drug transit point, you reduce the people's salaries for 5 years, you cut down. Right now today, let me tell you, Stanton, we had a very emotional meeting today with the health workers of Maryland County with the next Vice President, Jeremiah Kuhn, where the people spoke of all their problems and were almost crying. These people said, when we asked, they said, okay, even they wanted us to tour the health facilities. Some people are saying, no, don't carry them to your residential area. You know what they asked for in the end, where you asked them, what you want me to do for you?
X-ray machine.
In the southeast, there's no one X-ray machine. In the entire southeast.
No.
And Chief Cyril Allen is sitting there comfortably because he can go to Africa and South Africa and America.
Ambassador, sorry to interrupt you. Ambassador, sorry to interrupt you.
One second, let me conclude. 1 second, please.
Because we got to bring in Chief Cyril Allen. Yeah, go ahead.
Let me conclude 1 second, please. Let me land on this matter. Immediately, Jeremiah Kuhn, the senator, he said it. Look, I'm right now working on a hospital in Nimba. I have brand new X-ray machine. We're not ready to use it yet because we're still working. I can replace it because of the urgency of your people here. Please send somebody right now to Nimba. Get this address and you can pick up the brand new X-ray machine today. He said, only thing you have to do is to transport it. I immediately stood up and said, we must hit it while it's hot. Go and get how much it costs and I will pay for it to transport it right away. That's how desperate it is. People are asking for X-ray machine.
Yep.
And Chief Cyril Allen is saying all this.
Ambassador, I know you're not leaving, but we got to give Chief Cyril Allen the chance to respond to you.
Here.
Thank you.
Let me respond.
Yes, sir.
Let me respond. Ballout, you know, sometimes I listen to you guys. Why
I call you Chief Cyril Allen. You don't call me Senator Ballout or Ambassador Ballout on the stage. You can give you a title.
Ambassador, Senator, I can call you all those names.
When we on our side in the corner, we can do it. Right now, we be formal.
I don't think I've ever disrespected you. I didn't come here to be disrespected nor disrespectful. But let me make it clear to you. When you say you are being personal. I will ask you a simple question. Weren't you ashamed of Senator Senator Kuhn to go to Maryland County, a county that you served for almost 12 years as senator, benefited from the people vote, They handpick, they put you in democratically to represent their interests at the Capitol. Did you promulgate any laws or initiate any ideas in Maryland County? Bonnie did some things there. What did you do for the time that you were there? You should be ashamed that you don't have one X-ray machine in your county. And you're acting like somebody made it happen that way. What did you do? What have you done? I'm surprised to hear you. You should not mention those kind of things, because you have an equal responsibility to create employment, to create facilities and all for your people. You were the senator. I know about the senator, but I still have a farm. I still have 400 workers. I still have my own 10-room bedroom clinic. I still have my own school with 600 students in District 5, Magibi County. I still have a rice processing plant. I have a palm kernel factory producing 52 drums of oil every 3 months, creating employment for 400-500 citizens of Magibi County. I haven't been no senator. I'm not no ambassador. Well, I mean, I don't work for no government job.
Rhetorical.
I have a farm, my parents' farm, but I developed and improved it. I've just had an approval. I think you can verify with the World Bank. They just approved a $300,000 grant for my farm in Magibi, because 60 farmers benefit for serving rice to my factory. But what have you done in your county? Don't get overzealous with me. What do you mean you did? You preside over this. I'm not presiding over nothing. You were senator for 12 years or whatever. You were part of a government that was in place for 12 years. What did you contribute to Maryland County? That small lake county.
So let me answer you.
Well, no. Let's be fair now. You cannot raise issues and just expect that people are going to go under the blanket. I'm not a rabbit. I'm not going to couple in no corner when people talk. You got to be responsible to your people. The people of Maryland should be listening to you. What did you do for them? What have you done? Why don't you have your own clinic? Why don't you have your own processing plant? Why don't you have your own rice factory? What industry did you bring to them to create one job in the place? You expect the American to go there and buy an X-ray machine that costs $1,500-$1,600 after you made millions of dollars as a senator? Let's not go personal, please, because I got some things that I can say that will just stop this show. Let's not go there. I think you make your point. I can say that will just stop this show completely and people will go bury their heads. So let's not get there, please. I didn't come here for confrontation, and I don't abuse people, and I don't make false representation. Don't give nobody impression that I'm in this country here bringing drugs. And you said that the last time I told Santa, I said, I don't want to address that. I want to leave it mute. And you know better than that. You know that I've never been involved in. I was supplying petroleum product to Maryland County when you were undercover. I brought vessels in from La Côte d'Ivoire and discharged 400-500 tons of petroleum product for the citizens in Maryland County. They will tell you that. I did that for Sino. There were timber companies operating in that area that facilitated with petroleum product.
We're going to pause you.
No, I don't like people to try to make misrepresent your facts.
Yeah, but we're having a good conversation. We got to give you.
Yes, we're having a good conversation. Let's keep it civil. Yeah, don't point fingers at me talking about you did this and you preside over that.
It's election season, Chief Cyril Allen. It's election season. We got to give you guys a chance to really speak to the Liberian people. Otherwise, we got to give you guys a chance to speak to the Liberian people. That's your friend, that's your brother, that's your colleague. Let's give him the chance to speak. Ambassador John Ballout, please. Then you're going to come in. We'll go back to the questions and answer. Go ahead, Ambassador.
I agree absolutely with Chief Cyril Allen. We'll be civil, but we'll be truthful. And we'll be frank and blunt. And we'll call a spade a spade. You ask me, when I was in power, in office, what have I done? What my government did? What did we do in Maryland? Let me tell you, we paved the road in Maryland. We signed all these agreements to take it all the way to Ganta, Nimba County. We took it to River G. You stay 6 years in office and you cannot even get it to Grand Gita. You understand? We brought jobs to Maryland. We brought the CRC and the MOPP together, provide thousands of jobs for the citizens. Since your government has been in power, based on your own misrepresentation policy and false promises, you have not been able to provide one job in Maryland County. We took the people's salaries from $20 to a minimum of $150. You were incapable of maintaining it. All that you did was to drop it down to $75. We built hospitals and clinics across Maryland County. All of the villages that we put medicines in there. You were not able to maintain, even pay the health workers. You deprived the people of medicine. No drugs ever entered this thing since you came to power. We brought electricity to Maryland. We brought banks and things to Maryland. We brought the Tubman University to Maryland. We built that institution and funded it, became the first university in this country. All you did was to underfund it and politicize it. Today, there's more demonstration in TU, Tubman University, than anything. I spoke there today and I said demonstration is now one of the courses taught at the Tubman University. That's your legacy. We came to our county every year by road, whether it was finished product or not, paved or not. We came here. You forced us to make the next vice president to travel and go through the humiliation of going through Ivory Coast. Who will discipline you for that? You will be disciplined for that, for being reckless and irresponsible and being so blatant and stand forth and justify a failed government. And all you can say in your defense, we got the numbers. We got the numbers. You spoken about me. Why I didn't go bathe cleaning for the... You don't even understand government, it seems. Anybody who goes in their pocket to try to do what they're supposed to do as a government is somebody incompetent and only compensate by using the government money, I mean your personal money that you have amassed over the wealth, by stealing from the people. Nobody asked you for WIAC fees. If you are maintaining a $150 minimum salary will get the citizens, they would have been able to pay their own children's school fees, WIAC fees. Nobody asked you for handouts. Today you go around here, you blocking things all over. How dare you to come and say what Unity Party has done where you have not done 10%, and you can go on the air, Chief Cyril Allen, for your own good. The shame is too much, because the most difficult thing for a marketing agent, for a marketing specialist, is the product. The product is bad. You cannot sell it. No way you can go in the market with rotten fish standing in front of you with flies on it and you tell the people they fish here, if you fry it, they will be already turning upside down, you put this on and this. No, please. And you look at Ambassador Barker and you speak of him like that. Your own President George, we have 6 years. He has never put a foot in the South.
You're going to give Ambassador 30 seconds and you'll come in, Chief Cyril Allen. 30 seconds more, please. And you'll come in.
Yeah.
And I'm correct. You have brought drugs in the country with your MPFL. You have brought drugs and I can maintain it and sustain it.
All right, but
and you're still standing in the way of the trafficking and getting of the drugs in the country.
So thank you, thank you, Ambassador John Ballout. Again, I want to say we brought in Chief Cyril Allen to